Scrap Bosses, it's your girl Victoria Marie. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2019. I don't know about you, but I'm super excited for the new year. It just brings a fresh start. I know I'm ready to get going. There's so many things that I have to share with you, but in this Scrappy chat, I'm going to talk about my latest YouTube series and a little insight as to why I decided to create this series. I sort of alluded to it in my last Scrappy chat, and if you've been following me on Instagram and on Facebook, then you know that I have made some changes over the past few months with regards to my own personal scrap style. So before I dig into that, I want to say thank you so much for your continued support. Hello to all my new subscribers. We're now at 8,100 subscribers on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel, which is fantastic. I'm so glad that you're joining me. Out of all the YouTubers that you could go and watch every week, every day, or how often that you watch YouTube, I'm so glad that you're coming to spend some time with me. I have so much planned for you guys this year. It's amazing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So for this Scrappy chat, this one specifically, I want to talk about my new series that's going to start this month. In fact, it's going to start this Saturday. It's called Creative Reconnection. I want to tell you a little bit about that and why I decided to do this series. So I talked about a little bit in the Victoria Marie Facebook group as well as on Instagram, I think, maybe. I can't remember, about feeling disconnected from scrapbooking. And in fact, the conversation began with a post on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel where I sort of started the post out with, I feel that there's a disconnect between what it is that we see in, say, on YouTube videos or scrapbooking magazines or on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, the whole nine, and how people actually scrapbook. And if there's representations of how people typically scrapbook, the everyday scrapbooker, so to speak, versus what we see in terms of design teams and others. Now, one of the things I want to mention before I even start on this conversation is I'm someone who's been on several design teams and have done, I've done a lot of contract work for companies, and I absolutely love it. I receive fantastic product and been able to create beautiful projects and all that. And I feel that that's important for this industry because it keeps us relevant. The industry, that is, it keeps people interested in coming back. I love new product. I love looking at the beautiful designs that my counterparts put out there, people that I've worked with that are just fabulous, that I fangirl all the time, and that people, you know, that I admire creatively. But I was starting to feel that as I was creating for companies or creating for others, I was sort of losing the authenticity of how I design as a creator. And I really truly feel that that's what brought people into the Victoria Marie Designs fold, is me being able to share my creative talents with all of you and you guys responding in such a positive way and feeling inspired by that. So over the past year, I felt that I was just making layouts just to make layouts. It became routine. When I look back on some of these layouts, I don't feel that I was telling stories in a robust way. I know if you've been following me for a while, then you know I love to use the word robust to describe really good storytelling and journaling. And I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like I was really documenting my life and what was going on. I got really wrapped up in growing Victoria Marie Designs, my business, and taking on all of these different projects, and just got burnt out. At the end of 2018, I started to feel disconnected from scrapbooking, which is a feeling that I hate because I love scrapbooking so much. I love just creative things just in general. And so I began to think that if I was feeling this way, then maybe perhaps other people were feeling this way. And even as someone who is a creative in this industry as a professional, it's important for me to take some time to really think through how I feel as a creative and putting my own creative interest first so that I can be an inspiration to others. And that's usually what my goal is, to inspire you guys to make beautiful scrapbook pages, but more importantly, to tell robust stories, to have that documentation of your life. And so the Facebook post got a lot of interest, and I got a lot of feedback and a lot of comments from the Victoria Marie Facebook group. So thank you for those of you who commented on that post. And I decided that based on those responses and, you know, some of my own thinking, that I was validated in how I was feeling. And I decided to approach 2019 differently than any other time in my scrapbooking journey. And that is to reconnect. So because I started to hear that other people were experiencing those same things, I think the general consensus is we're inspired by what the market puts out, and I think that's important. We're inspired by new product. But we also want to see YouTube creatives create things more organically, things that are not so much for a design team, maybe creating things that showcase how you can use your stash or use tools or use what you have. Not everyone has the budget to be able to buy new stuff all the time, and so they want that. Or even if you are, sometimes it's just really great to see somebody make a layout where they're using their stash. And so the feedback was fantastic. The ideas were fantastic. And I also had a few people who private messaged me. A lot of these folks have been with me for a long time and felt very comfortable to be open and honest with me and said, you know what, Victoria, we really feel that you've gotten away from, what brought us to your channel. And a couple people had stopped watching my YouTube videos because I was constantly posting videos that were design team related. Again, I think people are inspired by those things, but I think there can be a balance there too. And so anyway, so after kind of struggling with that for a little bit over a year and feeling validated in that concern, I decided that I was going to start a new series. And that series is called Creative Reconnection. I think that reconnection kind of describes what I was feeling and what other people have been feeling better, because sometimes we do feel disconnected from our hobbies or our interests, and we need to find a way back to that, especially if it's a hobby or interest that we want to continue to pursue. So Creative Reconnection is all about reconnecting with your scrapbooking style. What is that for you? What are you just naturally and organically drawn to whenever you're creating? Maybe you're a traditional scrapbooker. Maybe you are more eclectic like me and you like everything. Maybe you're more a simple scrapbooker. You're a 2-page scrapbooker. But maybe you felt that the inspiration that you're being shown through social media or YouTube or whatnot is not indicative of how you scrapbook, and maybe that's influenced you in some way. So reconnecting and really owning your personal style, reconnecting with your stash, reconnecting with the products. When was the last time you shopped your scrap room or your space, or maybe it's just one of these little carts right here? I've got 2 of them right here. Whatever your space is, when's the last time you've actually reconnected with those things? All of the tools that we have, from our digital tools to die cutting machines to sewing machines to embossing materials, all that stuff. When was the last time that you reconnected to all of those things? When was the last time you even used those things, and have you stopped using them? Are there techniques that you used to do in your scrapbooking that you don't do anymore because you feel they're outdated? I don't believe there's any such thing as an outdated technique. I think things ebb and flow and change and trends change, but it doesn't mean that you can't, hand cut your titles or letters for your titles or de-stress your edges with distressing ink. All those things are fantastic techniques. So reconnecting back to this hobby in a way that's meaningful to us, what does that mean to you? So I decided throughout the year of 2019, each month will have a theme. And down below, there's a link to a PDF where I have all the themes listed. So for example, let me go to my list here. For January, we're talking about reconnecting with your scrappy stash. For January is about reconnecting with your scrappy style. February is reconnecting with your stash. March, we're going to reconnect with our spaces, our crafty spaces, and spring cleaning, whatever that crafty space means for you. It could be your kitchen table. It could be a full room like I have. It could be an entire attic or basement space, whatever that may mean for you. For April, we're going to talk about unfinished projects, reconnecting with unfinished projects. May, reconnecting with your creative goals. That's kind of like that midpoint almost throughout the year to kind of reconnect and recommit to your goals that you may have set. June is about reconnecting with your tools. July is reconnecting with your photos, sort of getting ready for the holiday season. Reconnecting with your creative friends or making new creative friends, and that's going to be August. And I'm not necessarily always talking about meeting someone physically, because what social media has done is allow us to meet people from all over the world who share our interests. So some of you may not be able to get out for whatever reason, or you may not have friends who scrapbook, or maybe your friends stop scrapbooking, or you just stop hanging out with those folks. So I'm going to talk about how you can reconnect with people. And I think connecting with people in this industry helps you to keep your interests alive, and I think that's important. September is all about reconnecting with your stories. We're going to talk about journaling. October is reconnecting with your creative soul. November is, I don't have a theme for that one yet. I'm still thinking about it. I think it might be something along the lines of gratitude, or I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. December is going to be a year in review where we look back on all the ways that we've reconnected with scrapbooking. Along the way, I'll have challenges and prizes. You'll have an opportunity to showcase your work, because I want to be able to do that. I haven't done that at all, really, is showcase the work of my subscribers. And I want you guys to be fully involved in that. So I'll showcase your work in my newsletter and on the YouTube channel, on Facebook and Instagram. So it'll be great in ways that you're reconnecting with your hobby. So those themes are subject to change, but that's pretty much how it's set up. So I have a PDF document that's posted below. It's a Google Doc. You can click on that so you can see what the running themes are, and it'll be available on the Victoria Marie blog as well. More information about this as we go along. So that is the Creative Reconnection series. So what is it going to look like? It's going to be a series of videos here on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel covering all of those things and then some. If you're a Victoria Marie patron, if you're a part of the Victoria Marie Patreon group, then you get bonus content. So if you haven't considered becoming a patron and supporting Victoria Marie Designs, then now may be the time that you do it, because you get bonus content with this series as well when you're a Victoria Marie patron. So just keep that in mind. I really feel that this series is going to inspire people to reconnect with scrapbooking, and I really hope it does. I think there's so many of us that have really been lost over the past maybe year or more. Maybe you stopped scrapbooking, maybe you've continued scrapbooking, but you're not feeling it. You're not maybe producing the scrapbook pages that you want to, or maybe you just need to reconnect with certain aspects of scrapbooking. Either way, I think this series is for you guys. So I hope you're excited about it. I know that I am. I can't wait to share more. The first video is going to be posted on Saturday, so make sure you check that out. This theme, or not this theme, this month we're talking about our Scrappy style. And so those videos that I do in the series are going to be talking about different styles of scrapbooking in terms of traditional scrapbooking, eclectic, mixed media, simple scrapbooking, because I consider myself an eclectic scrapbooker. My scrapbooks have evidence of all of those styles, but it's really focusing on honing in on your style and making it your own and owning it, but also not being afraid to try new stuff as well as you evolve as a scrapbooker. So that's what we'll be focusing on here in January 2019. And then towards the end of the month, I'll introduce the new theme, and it'll be a lot of fun. I think you guys will absolutely love it. I'll have information about the challenge and how you can win prizes and all of that. So here's how you can keep up with this series. I'll also, by the way, continue to talk about my journey with reconnecting back to this hobby and how I feel versus in comparison to last year where I was feeling really lost. So I'm hoping to find that strong, deep love and connection back to scrapbooking that I had once before. So stay tuned for that. So where can you keep up with all the information about this series? If you haven't already, subscribe to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button. Also, when you do, click that bell indicator. That way you'll know every time a new video is posted here on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. I know a lot of you, if you watch YouTube a lot, you may have noticed that you haven't received notifications either from me or maybe other scrapbookers that you follow. Click that bell indicator so you'll know. It'll pop up whenever you sign in, and you'll see my videos or anything that I have new on the channel, or anybody else that you subscribe to for that matter. Okay, so number one, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Number two, subscribe to the Victoria Marie blog. That way you get the static information that you can see. It's always there. I'll have more information about this series and of course other things too that I have going on here at Victoria Marie Designs. Also, if you're looking for a group to hang out, join us on the Victoria Marie Facebook group. We are a drama-free group of folks who just love scrapbooking and we love having fun. I have challenges and all kinds of fun stuff. We're actually getting ready to kick up into high gear again now that I've moved and I'm settled, and it's great. So picking up some more activity there in the group, but we always have remained pretty active in the group and we just have such a fun membership. So make sure you check us out. Those links are posted down below, and I am posting more to Instagram, more so than I did in 2018. So you'll get to see lots of beautiful photos of my projects. It's going to be very project heavy going into 2019. Also doing Insta stories and IGTV and all that fun stuff. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook, blog, and Instagram. All of those links are posted down below in the description box. Grab the Creative Reconnection content calendar that's posted in the description box below. That's a Google document, so you can just click on that. It'll take you right to the document. And so you'll be all set to follow me with this series. If you're super excited about this, post down below. And also, Tell me, do you feel like you need to be reconnected back to scrapbooking, and what really draws you to this hobby? Have you experienced these feelings before? Are there ways in which you have reconnected to this hobby in the past, or maybe that you plan on doing this year? Post it down below. I would love to hear. All right, guys, as always, thank you so much. I love you all. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for listening to me yak in this scrappy chat. I'll be back with more on this series and everything else to come. I'll see you in the next video.
This video was made possible in part by the Victoria Marie Scrap Boss patrons. If you would like to support Victoria Marie Designs, head on over to the Victoria Marie Patreon website. The link is posted down below.